everyone. It is me, famed drain eyes that sounds like a famous German director, Werner Hot Dog. Yes, that is my last name. I just want to let you know that this was recorded on the Wednesday, before they released a bunch of new stuff about housing on that Thursday. We missed the boat because Immune had to go see Charles Xavier in the movie theater. We'll talk about it next week. Anyway, I'm going to go listen to a man get attacked by a bear.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Welcome back to another wet and wild, dry and dusty, yummy tummy episode of another pod. Don't relent. What if we called it that instead? Slidewhistle.
Don't relent. Okay. I mean, I guess. We're rebranding everyone. Hello, it is Immunization.
It's 2026. People can't sit. People are constantly moving. They can't sit there and do not. Don't relent. And then in 2038 will be Derlent. Now who's freaking texting me? Xfinity? We block suspicious activity on your phone. I know what it is. It's porn. You don't need to block it. I'm the one doing the suspicious activity.
They just blocked porn on your phone?
Well, they don't even block it, but they're like, hey, are you going to an adult site? And I was like, yeah, I'm trying to make my penis cry. And then they'll do a report at the end of the day being like, we noticed earlier today there was suspicious activity. And I was like, yes, I was making my penis cry.
Up next, they're going to start sending you like those Overwatch style emails where it's like, here's your weekly recap.
You were only using the strange website for 3 minutes. Ooh, kind of a one-pump chump, huh?
We noticed you stayed on Big Booty Latinas a little longer than the rest of them.
I had already partaken of too many Latinas. I had to find a video that was fresh and new. Can't be going over the same material over and over. Anyways, with that introduction, hey everyone, it's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. Unfortunately, coming to you using my baby keyboard.
You're from pump and chump to baby keyboards. What do you mean, baby keyboard? What happened?
Is it tiny? Or is it old?
It is both. It is disproportionately smaller than my normal keyboard. What had happened was, randomly, you know what it was the account played add-on everyone's using nowadays. That's the hip thing, is everyone's posting their account played. So I said, I want to check that too. So I typed out account played, enter, into Curse Wolf or whatever. And I looked and it was like, and I was like, what? So I tried to do it. Randomly, half of the letters on my keyboard just wouldn't work anymore. And so it just died. And that's like my nice streaming, quote, keyboard. So I'm back to using the pack-in one that I looked online is $10.
What the fuck? Wait, did you pull your keycaps off to see if maybe there's like cat hair underneath? Because you got a cat.
I mean, I guess I can do that. That's worth a shot, but there would be cat hair on everything else. And for there to be that high of a level of cat hair, like it was like of the 26 letters, maybe 10 worked. So I was like, ooh.
Huh. Yeah, I would pull off the keycaps and just look underneath. Sometimes I have a lot of fur under mine. But that's weird. What, you get a new add-on and all of a sudden your keyboard breaks?
Well, luckily, I'd love to advance the narrative, but I could not get the new add-on because of said broken keyboard. So then I dialed up this old number. This is the one fans may remember. Cubby Bub saw it and said, ew, yuck, gross, and bought me the new one because so angered was she that I used this little Fisher-Price keyboard.
I'm picturing it like, you know, the colors of like those blocks, and then like has like the like see-through buttons that light up, and I feel like if you press one, it will start playing like Wheels on the Bus.
I was about to say, yeah, I cannot do scroll lock or else it starts playing Old MacDonald.
Well, you know what you got to do? You got to really wave it around in her face. Maybe when you guys are watching like a movie together in the living room, you put your little baby keyboard on your lap and you start typing out some stuff. So, you know, your reminder that just show her the icky
phantom
keyboard.
typing.
Oh boy, I sure do love typing. If only I had a good keyboard to do it with.
No, unfortunately, I got paid money for my birthday, so I have the funds. And my birthday is well over, so I have to buy my own shit now.
Hang on, let me Google something. How to buy bigger keyboard. Wife, comma, search. So what are you gonna do? Like, have you assessed keyboards? Are you putting it off?
No, I'm just gonna buy it. Well, that's also the tough thing is these 2 weeks have caught me in a very strange moment in time where I'm not playing a super lot of WoW, but I am playing a lot of Overwatch on my controller. So she was like, what are you going to do? And I was like, it's really not an issue for right now. This is early March Aaron's problem.
That's soon. I somebody posted the other day, I saw in trade chat, they're like every day, they're like 17 days until midnight. And by this point, it's probably, what's it now? 14 days? 15 days?
Yeah, and then even then, like when midnight arrives, like a lot of the things that we are looking forward to won't really be out for several more weeks even after that. I feel like when like Slide and I were talking off pod a few days ago about like their schedule, and like I feel like it's even more slow drip than the past. I'm like, I feel like they could speed this up a little bit.
If anything,
19 days.
Ian and Holly and God said, we're smushing, we're reducing the amount of buttons you need to hit. So Lord Jesus said, and I shall reduce the amount of buttons you have, my child. And he shot down a lightning bolt that destroyed my good keyboard and gave me this one that pretty much just has the face buttons.
Okay, well, hopefully you can get a keyboard. You know, I don't know. Everyone is going to buy one soon for midnight. Everybody always buys new keyboards for the thing, right? So account played, though. That was fun because, like, I do. So if you don't know what Aaron just said, so you should know now, you can see your time played. But what makes it different from things like Altaholic or some of the other ones that are out there is that it breaks down your class by percentage. And so, like, you can see that, like, oh, Immune has spent, 61.7% of his time playing a priest.
Yeah, so like mine really wasn't surprising. I feel like I historically have only really mained my two characters. Although, so like my breakdown was like 62% priest played, 24% hunter played, and then it's like dropped off like then druid 6%, and then like warrior I forgot to even scroll down to on my first screenshot, like 0.1% played. And I feel like a lot of people have like ones kind of like this where it's like, you know, one or two classes, huge drop off. I honestly thought my hunter would be a little closer than this though, because I feel like I've been playing my hunter a lot over like the last several expansions, but I guess I've also been playing my priest a lot during these expansions. So, I feel like the double main thing has really kept my priest at the top of the castle.
Yeah, I feel like you never don't level your priest, so it's, you know, it's always in the mix.
Slides is probably the most gradually declining one I've seen.
Yeah, when you hop around on things a lot, it really kind of balances it out. Mage being my third place with 81 days was surprising to me. I don't know. I still don't. I mean, I guess when I do like random fun stuff in between.
Yeah, I mean, Deoxyribos, that's his name still, right? Yes. He got a race change, but not a name change. I feel like he's one of the first go-to like alt girls. Like it's like after you've run through everything you need to do on who you care about, I feel like he's always the first one for like alt adventures. You figure, and you've been doing that since the beginning because he's a WoD character. So Herm.
But when was the last time you actually mained him? Was it WoD?
No,
nope, it was sometime in Shadowlands.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe. I think you're right. I was gonna say it was BFA because I did it for Jaina, but you're right. I did also do mage. And also all my PvP, my early PvP was all on Fire Mage because of how cracked doing a fucking Pyroblast is against a human body on the battlefield. 2 shots and they're dead. Yeah, I guess I never thought about him being the first alt. The first alt. Also, what surprised me was like the total time played compared to me and you. Like looking at like Immune's got like 1 year, 87 days. I've got 1 year, 212 days. But I feel like a lot of that is Overwatch. If you were to take the Overwatch hours and put them in to your at it, it would almost equal out the same amount.
Yeah, that's true. Because well, I guess I did send this statistics to Papa Cheese because we were talking about these. What are my Overwatch hours? 2,663. So yeah, I feel like that is the difference there.
I was hoping, Aaron, you were gonna have Booty be number one. What happened?
Yeah,
this girl named Paulina.
Yeah, here I was, Booty. I guess she was. It's interesting to me that my breakdown was Mage obviously stomped them 67.7%, 4,200 hours on
Calculator.
Mage.
What is that? What is that in days? Calculating. We are currently entering into our Bionome receptacle, and it says 175 days.
Yes. And then the next one is Warrior at 742 hours. And then the next one is Monk. And I thought Monk would have taken it over Warrior because Wigglestein was my main for a long time when I was starting out. But I think what it was we would like run one dungeon and be like, wow, so funny and cool, and then do something else. So I think he took up larger real estate in my heart than he actually did on my Mac. And then everything else it's weird because I guess it just goes to show how fucking much we played the game. Like random one, Hunter. I've had a number of Hunters in my life. 1.4%. That's only a casual 88 hours. I've sat here for the equivalent of almost 4 days just playing Hunters, which are like my 7th choice.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy thinking about how just like, I don't know, years of our lives have been played in this game.
Not enough. We need more.
And the worst part is not even years of our life being WoW players. Like physically, the client has been on. We have been touching keys for actual like months of our life.
Oh yeah, because this shit doesn't include just like idling off onto the login screen.
Oh yeah, which I definitely. I probably spent days in that loading screen, weeks even. Yeah, that's just fun. You should, if you looking for something to do in the in between time, it's just log into all your characters and check her out. Why not? What the fuck else are you doing out there? I'm one step the pet battling. I'm currently getting my gear ready. I'm figuring out what pets I'm gonna need. I'm assessing all my battle stones and my pet XP. I bought the 500k warband tab because I am running out of fucking space in there. The amount of junk I keep is absurd. How many tabs you guys got in the Warbound Bank tab system?
I think only a few. I mean, what's the breakdown of how expensive they were again? Like I feel like the first few were cheaper, right?
Yeah, it gradually goes up. My next one, if I were to buy a next one, it's like $1,025,000. Why would I ever fucking drop that?
Yeah, I think the most I paid for one was like the 10k one, however much that is.
Because I've been finally cleaning up bags on like all my characters. Because like the fucking the transmog thing was pissing me off. Because you know how they reset all of our clothes, and I was doing all of my alts for Love is in the Air because they've added a new mount, which I've already gotten today.
Ooh!
Yeah, Papa Cheese got it too. Papa Cheese has got 2 mounts from this holiday, and I'm like, did they buff the drop rates on these things? Is the new one rare? Like as rare as some of these other holiday mounts?
I don't know the drop percentage. If I'm going just to go off of recency bias and how I've seen them drop and how I've seen them in Dornogal, I'm gonna say it's not as high. Today I got the Love Sweeper, which is the little pink broom. I didn't have that. And in the same box, I also got the butterfly. So multiple can be in the same box, by the way.
That's crazy that you could get multiple at once.
It's a real pretty butterfly. It got a little crown on its head.
I'm looking forward to getting it.
I hadn't written it off because the holiday just started a day or two, but I got all of the transmog that I wanted using the coins. So I'm like, well, I guess holiday's over for the time being then. I I just need to run Crown Chemical over and over, and I just haven't because of other game. But
I'm gonna go into the mines today, right after this recording.
Yeah, get in there. Immune was doing some of the questing just for the dailies to get like badges. And as he's sitting in a boat, he comes back from being AFK and we see a familiar face from Dogs with Jobs. Well, no, like the rapper, not Dogs with Jobs, sitting in there.
Yeah, I guess at some point when I was doing the quest to like relax in a boat in the Stormwind Bay or whatever, or the lake over there by the time walking shit, I come back and Nam was in the same boat as me, sitting right next to me on an alt though. And so then I like we were both done. Obviously, we were getting out of the boat, and then I was like, wait, Nam, and then we just like sat there relaxing more past what our quest needed to just catch up and talk about.
Oh my god, it's a love is in the air miracle. Star-crossed lovers after all these years.
Yeah, so like Nam and Heavy, like they were like Heavy was originally a listener of this show. I don't know if he still does.
No
but
way.
probably not.
Heavy, if you're out there, go fist yourself. There, that'll get his attention.
That'll summon him back.
That's rough. That's just a rough angle, because the more you put it up there, the more awkward the angle. At what point, I'd love to know from a professional self-fister. 544 editing note. No, I wouldn't. Please do not answer this question. Is it the bend of the elbow that's the limiting factor, or the depth of the anus?
It's honestly, it's got to be arm length. I feel like arm length's got to play a big part of it to be able to just to punch in there, right?
I never want to think about fisting. It just is so. I just don't want it. I just don't see how that could ever be anything but extremely painful and dangerous.
Okay, well, instead of thinking about that, let's think about the new cinematic. Well, I say cinematic, but it's actually a... What would you call that, Aaron? How would you call this video?
Animatic, I would say. Although, I mean, yeah, because it's using, like, painted imagery. It's using images, static images, but they move a lot, and there's a lot of them. It's not like an Overwatch lore dump. I appreciate you guys are giving us these every 3 weeks, but try a little harder, IMHO.
Yeah, so we got Xalatath Supremacy is the name of the Animaniac. It's like a 4-minute thing. If you haven't seen it, stop the fucking podcast right now. Leave us and go. It's 4 minutes. It's so good. It's awesome. You get some Zally lore, right? It's got to be real, right? Is that real lore?
Well, I want to talk about it. Like, there's a lot to talk about here, I think. So, yeah, we're just vamping a little bit so you can go and put it on and then come back. Okay, we're back now. So now we can talk about it.
Perfect.
So yeah, now that you've watched it too, you'll know what we're talking about. So yes, the premise of this, I heard that it takes place after Maniforge Omega. So like after we defeat Saladar, he skedaddles. And then him and his ethereals are under fucking attack by Xalatath's new powerful voidy army.
The Dominar.
It's just, it's so funny, because he's like, I will be one with the void that Dementius is in charge of. And then I guess there's just a change in leadership. Same people, same actors, but he's just like, no, we gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm not okay with this void. Carl was cool when Dementius was in charge, but now Carl and I are ops.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out, and it kind of sounded like, because at one point, so he's on the run, they're like, it seemed like they're honestly in Koresh. It was very dusty and pores everywhere.
And purple, yes.
And purple. They're running and fighting Dominar, and he's like ripping Dominar apart. So he's still a strong boy. But then, like, at one point he does say into the video that his ethereals will never be slaves again. So like maybe like when Dementius was put into the genie bottle, his like the contract was broken and like maybe his mind was freed, like you know what I mean? Because he was a slave to Dementius for God knows how long.
Duty means a lot to them, so yeah, he could have just had a napkin note that's like, you'll forever serve Dementius. He's like, well, I have to agree to that.
And then he was like, fuck, this is a raw deal.
That's a real cow bummer then, if he didn't even want to hang out with Dementius. And 1 week into freedom this happens.
Right? Because I believe it's right afterwards. Because, like, I feel like the timeline is, Xalatath tricks all of us and then, like, escapes. She has Demencius's power, basically, to make all of these Dominar. She's attacking Saludar to then basically force him and his ethereal army to join her. But we'll get there. So as Saludar and his ethereals are losing the battle, we get what I'm going to refer to as a Xalatath jump scare. She swoops down from the sky and she's like, Saludar, and it's like, like in his face. And then he cuts a promo against her about how, like, what do you know? Why would we listen to you? Why would we serve you? Why would we align ourselves with you? And then she convinces him ultimately to bend the knee to her and join her by showing him a vision of her origin story. I'm giving air quotes right now. And then we see her as a child, about how her world was taken over and destroyed by void energy, and she was consumed by vengeance and hate, like how she assumes he is.
But also, and this is where I don't know. Obviously, we're meant to see that this little bald child is her, but also that child's physical form is consumed. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's implying, like,
wait, what do you?
The energy swirls around this child, and it isn't
like void energy.
Yeah, it isn't like picked up or like goes into it. The child's eyes are hollowed out, and then it turns into dust and blows away. So I guess the implication being, like, I was a little girl, and then I got added to the void energies, but maintained my independence when I was a void to become, like, the ghost you see her in flashbacks.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, like, that doesn't seem too crazy. I guess the only part would be, like, yeah, like, because she's a child, but then she doesn't. How does she grow up? But is that just a void? It's just a void thing.
My hot take and theory is that this was not Xalatath. Xalatath just showed a vision of a child that she, as the essence of void, consumed. Because, like, I don't know, like, who's to say that that's the truth? I mean, she just created a story based on something that she did experience because she destroyed this child to then convince Saludar with a backstory that he would relate to.
Oh, yeah, I don't think this is real at all. I think this is lies. This is Zally lies. The only thing is, weirdly, people found a glass pane, like a stained glass representation of this scene in Ulduar. I don't know if they wrote this scene based on that, or if they sneak added that into Ulduar because of this. But this little gray child getting picked up by purple energy is important somehow.
I think it was always there, because I do remember seeing this while I was walking around Ulduar trying to get Umuron's head. But, obviously they might probably just retroactively fit it in now rather than, like... But I don't think she's lying. I don't know. I guess, like, I know she's a big trickster, but I feel like in general, when she tells these kind of stories, does she ever lie? I feel like she speaks in a way that is, like, just vague enough that she can be like, well, I didn't say this. I didn't say that.
So, like, telling parts of the truth, omitting certain things to convince people to do what she wants.
Yeah, but, like, I could see this being her actual origin story, because, like, we don't know where this bitch came from. We don't know, and she always obviously clearly has had a different relationship with the Void than anybody else we've seen, whereas she, like, is, like, actively fighting parts of the Void for control. So I can see her being a little burned up ash baby who's like, fuck these guys, I'm gonna take their goddamn power and turn it against them.
I guess so. So, like, to just, like, devil's advocate myself from 4 minutes ago here, because she did straight up have a vengeance against Demencius, right? So maybe this was her seeking revenge against him for destroying her homeland X, however long ago it would have been, to get revenge against part of the void that destroyed her to take its power to then use what she became and that void for her own plans? I don't know.
And also, I'm going to go ahead and jump on all the funny comments on YouTube. You guys don't remember Xalatath's physical body now is just some lady. So she didn't grow hair. Void doesn't cure baldness. I know, I tried.
Oh, yeah.
I took Void into me to try and grow back my patch. And all I did was turn into a faceless one. That's why we don't do video on this podcast. It's because I'm faithless. I'm a big kafir.
Just you wait until the void grows your hair back. You'll see. But yeah, people do forget that when they're like, ooh, Xalatath feet, like, you're looking at corpse feet. Like, those feet have been dead for a long time
This
now.
is just some purple bitch that washed up on the Tirisgard Sound. You nasty.
Yeah, when she came out of the knife, she's like, yep, snatch, took up that body, and is like, I'll dye it purple, and here we are. But something else I want to talk about in this animatic, or whatever we're calling it, is that this child that was, consumed by the void or whatever, what do you think this symbolism of, like, what she was wearing is? Because, like, she also was wearing, like, gold and purple, similar to like what Xalatath's gimmick is. She had gold tattoos, like I believe on her head even, and she had like golden star-like, almost holy looking jewelry and like a necklace.
I'm gonna guess Dimensius did his thing, like he did to Koresh, where he rolls up and he's like, "Hey, gonna eat your planet. What are you gonna do?" And based on it being a little kid in ceremonial garb, they were like, "We will sacrifice Xalatath 0.0 to appease you." And then it'll be like, "Well, I'm going to kill you all, but tell you what, I'm keeping this one for me, for Big D, because you guys wanted to sacrifice her, and I think that's rude. So she'll get to live on as a ghost."
Yeah, that's pretty much kind of what I'm thinking too. I was thinking kind of a Galactus picking a herald. Maybe he lost a herald and he wanted a new one. And that's why this little ashy child has become so prevalent, because he was like, well, I'm gonna use you to scout other planets for me to eat. But also, all the gold tattoos or face paint, whatever that was, and all of like the jewelry and stuff was kind of giving priest vibes. And we know that the Naru or whatever, when they turn to void, so there's a light shadow thing. So maybe this was like a light lands planet, a light-esque area. And I like the whole sacrifice thing, because that makes sense, because like she very clearly was like the one who was being targeted to turn to ash, while everybody else was kind of like circling her, right? Almost like it was like a ritual. So
well,
yeah,
a lot of the people on the ground are also ash babies. So it might be a thing where it's like Dimensius wiped out half of them, and they're like, fuck, we had to get this kid to save the other 49% of us. Yeah, because I'm rewatching it now, and most of the people surrounding her are like ashen creatures melded into the ground.
So I'm hoping they have more videos in this pipeline. That'd be cool, because this one came out of fucking nowhere. Like they just dropped it, and I was like, hello?
That's what I was wondering, because every expansion has like a series of like 4 animatics that tell various stories before the thing comes out. Especially because it's Xalatath animation supremacy. So I don't know if it'll be like Anduin animation, like Illyria animation. I'm hoping this is the first.
Illyria, adjective.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is the first of a few.
Yeah, I mean, they have set that precedence in the past, and I feel like, I hope so. Yeah. Bring it on, Blizzard.
God, this ashy baby. It's also really funny because, guys, get this. We have an article from Icy Veins.
Wait, but also before we Icy Veins, I just wanted to point out my favorite line was she says, Zaladar, like it's like the fight isn't worth it. Your people are mine. And then you look and they're all like purple, and then they look at their hands like, oh, beans, we've been purple this whole time. And then, yes, that's when he's like, okay, back to servitude, I guess, turn me purple. And that's the end of it. I just like that she was like, look, salad bar, your guys are already purple.
We match.
They're already wearing my team colors, dum-dum. Anyways, time for icy veins.
Well, it ties in still with the subject because the article is players think WoW is too Disney until they see this cinematic, which is true because I was also seeing some of this discussion on Reddit. I was perusing the WoW subreddit to promote the podcast. People were mad about like the mounts. I saw on like the butterfly mount. Like, what man would want this mount? This is more of like a Facebook thing that I saw as well. But it was like, what man would want this butterfly mount? And there was a whole argument about like, this game is becoming something else. Now people are making kitchens and cooking, and now it's become a game for women. And like, what the fuck? And also like, it's too cute. It's just like it's a Disneyfication. It's not as harsh or as Warcraft as it used to be. And then the Ashy baby got sucked into the fucking void, and everybody's like, oh, fuck.
Also, like, I don't know. I feel like there's always been pretty ornate things in WoW as well. And I don't know. And, like, this beautiful mount is from, I don't know, the Valentine's Day event. Like, of course. And, like, player housing is, like, something that people have been wanting for years. And it's like, just don't do it then if you don't want a kitchen. Like, no one's making you go to the kitchen.
We were bouncing baby bears off of trampolines to save a little bear family in 2010. It's been 16 years, guy.
Okay, so this is crazy when that we are on the same side as Bellular. So there's this Twitter account called Azeroth, and of course they bought their blue checkmark because they're little pussies. Focused updates on World of Warcraft Arena, delves, raids, and evolving systems. So they posted the picture of the butterfly, and they said, this new mount comes out this week, ellipsis. Imagine being so disconnected with your player base that you think millions of 40-year-old dudes want to get off work and farm a feminism butterfly. A feminism butterfly!
Ugh. So in the time that you were saying that, I Googled this person and pulled up thinking they were just going to have, followed by Dan, World War of Warcraft addicts. Sorry, we were following you on the Twitters. R.I.P. Dan. I can't have a connection back to Azeroth. Especially because the last thing they tweeted after this was, if Blizzard made Warcraft 3 in 2026, craft Reign of Chaos Ice Out, which features an orc with makeup and a Arthas with pink hair.
Oh my god, they also like they're posting videos of military black balls flying around and what the fuck. So Belluar responded, wow, but hey, WoW has many mounts that are metal as fuck. This one doesn't invalidate it. True, variety is good. Beauty is good. Okay, Belluar. This tweet looks like yet another example of a partisanship cooked brain, inadvertently projecting a brittle sense of masculinity. I'm gonna give props when I have to give props. Good job, Belluar. We're fighting on the same side for once in our lives.
Also, if I know WoW people, and I think at this point I know WoW people, regardless of what the mount is, if it drops from a limited time event from spamming dungeons, people will farm it. Like, and people will celebrate getting it.
Yeah, I mean, let's think about the biggest example from the same holiday. A big, gay, pink rocket. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that shit's old as fuck too, isn't it?
It's like the first... Well, maybe not. I don't know if that one came out first or if Headless Horseman's mount. I'm curious what the first one actually was. The first farmable holiday one. Hey, if you know, let us know. Drop a line. Call, bleep. That's my phone number. Okay, any other theories about Xalatath and where she's taking the Dominar in Salad Bar, who we know we're fighting again?
I'm sorry, I'm just caught up now. I was going down Azeroth, and they only started like schizo tweeting this month. This new like dark evil twist, anti-woke twist, is all of 6 days old. Azeroth, it looks like you've been on the thing since 2009. You can turn this around. Stop being a dipshit.
I feel like people do this. They turn to posting like this because they know it gets people talking and they know it gets attention. So
I mean, hey, I guess you got him.
here
got
we
him
are
a
talking
quick
about it.
spot here. Maybe I'll just edit out the second name. You won't get your flowers.
Yeah, fuck you. And you know what? Ice out.
Get him out. Now let's go to one bad doggy, like Bad Bunny, but a different thing. Growlina. Hey, howdy, hey, Growlheads. DNR's beloved field reporter and mascot Growlina, here with my new associate, Terios. Ter, what are you looking forward to doing first in these 2 weeks? Who cares what we will be doing? I'm worried about what we won't be doing, and that's picking up sticks in the community. Do you mean the housing endeavor activity? Yes! This downtime has been great for cleaning up all the broken fences, the loose paver stones, and the seemingly never-ending number of sticks. But now that we'll be called into action, who's gonna take care of that? Surely the random NPCs wandering the community will be able to pick up your slack. Well, they aren't now. I see them stroll past bundle after bundle, not even caring when the hundreds of loose stones trip up their countrymen. We can't all go into this war with the Void. Some of us have to stay back and take care of things. Now that you've brought this to my attention, I couldn't agree with you more, Terry. A war is fought on many fronts. Some involve blasting Void baddies, and some are making sure our heroes don't trip when they return to their homes. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and Terios is keeping this village clean. From these two wolf ladies to your ears, this has been Growlina.
We're back, everyone! After that little break, we've come to you with a smorgasbord of new topics!
New topics. Let's talk about the schedule for midnight, because I took off a whole week to play World of Warcraft, as one normally does if you're me.
I feel like even though things are so staggered now with how they come out, I feel like it's just kind of a tradition at this point. At this point, it's just like a vacation, so like you might as well.
I want to eat trail mix at 4 a.m. and be like, I should just really go to sleep. I have the whole week. Why am I doing this?
It's like there's no need for us to like get to max level and finish the campaign in the first night when we quite literally have 4 weeks until raid.
But it's fun. Okay, so everybody, here we go. Week of March 2nd. The official, that's a Monday. Don't forget it's a Monday, everybody. Official global launch of the Midnight expansion. Midnight dungeons available on normal and heroic. Remember, normal and heroic. Delves, all tiers are open. No bountiful delves. So really it's like, well, I guess you get your number up. And the Great Vault credit begins, and earn up the champion trek gear. I don't remember what that fucking means anymore. So whatever gear, you can get some gear that's not good. We have 2 weeks of that, by the way. 2 weeks. Because the next update is March 17th.
Yeah, okay, so 2 weeks of just normal and heroic dungeons, basically.
Then at 2 weeks after that, March 17th, the Void Spire raid opens. Normal and heroic. Oh shit, that's right. As well as the Dream Rift raid. Normal and heroic. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna vote which one we do? Or
Yeah, that's gonna be tough, because also Voidspire is, I mean, it's all legitimate content, but that's a real raid, right?
yeah, I'm currently looking it up just so I can get it fresh, because the Voidspire is the one that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it has Saladar in there as well. So yeah, 6.
And then the other one is the one boss one.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's effectively they're giving us 7 bosses worth of raid, which we could probably do both in one raid week then. I mean, unless we're like stuck on prog on something.
It makes me wonder, the Haranir Dream one, I wonder if it will be the difficulty of an introductory boss or an end boss. Like, will the mechanics be so that it is closer to like a Dathia the Wind God versus a Razagath? Or is it just like, no, this is the final boss. He just has nothing preceding him.
And then we have the whole thing where I feel like raiding is going to feel very different than what we're used to because of the changes that they're making with, like, obviously all the classes and specs. I feel like all of our rotations are easier. And then they also basically said that they were going to make raiding mechanics easier, right? Because, like, they don't want you to have to rely on all these add-ons to do them.
They didn't necessarily say it was going to be easier. It's going to be different. I don't know about easier, but to answer Aaron's question, the name of the boss in that raid is Chimeris, the Undreamt God. And the description is, when Alanhara was taken from her cradle, only pain and madness were left to shape the chaos of the rift. Chimeris feasted on the void left behind, gorging itself on other nightmarish manifestations. Now it stands as the monster within the rift, a being of agony and rage. It's giving me end of a campaign. Like, maybe like it'll be like, oh, Haranir, go there, do that.
Oh, that would make sense to me. Like the end of that specific storyline in that zone.
So, okay, that same week, 2 weeks in, you're 2 weeks in still, March 17th, Season 1 dungeons are available. Heroic and Mythic 0 difficulties. Now, remember, the seasonal dungeons are different than the dungeons that come with the expansion. So week the first 2 weeks, normal and heroic, we're doing all 8, however many there are, hot new dungeons. Then week 2, you probably ain't doing half of those dungeons no more, and you got 4 of the new ones and 4 old ones.
Oh, I always hate when that happens, especially because I haven't been as prudent with mythics. So I always hate when, you get that little bit that people are willing to do all of them, and then all of a sudden you never see Brackenhide Hollow again.
I'm trying to find the dungeons because I don't remember. We got a list of these bad boys. Here they are. Okay, everybody, if you're still listening, you're still ready, write this down. The first dungeons we're going to do for Season 1, Madras's Terrace, Mysara Caverns, Nexus Point, Zenith, Windrunner Spire. Those are the new ones. We don't know those ones yet. The old ones coming forth in Season 1. Algathar Academy. What are these birds doing here? Seat of the Triumvirate. Aaron's mom is in there?
Yes,
right?
Yeah, my mommy, Laura.
We go to the Pit of Sauron, which makes me go, oh, please don't make me go to Pit of Sauron. And then we get to go back to Skyreach.
It's been ages since I've been to the Skyreach.
I'm actually okay with that batch, except for Pit of Sauron. No likey Pit of Sauron. And we're still in week 2, folks. Still in week 2. New Delves.
Week 3, I think, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. End of week 2. So 2 weeks. Yeah, I guess you're right. Whatever. New Delves. Bountiful Delves. Nemesis Boss. Valera is in. So wait a minute. So Valera's not in the first week?
Wait, wait. What's the point of doing that? They're going to be really fucking difficult then. If I don't have someone healing me, yeesh.
Yeah, wait.
I think it just means that, like, we could still use, like, past companions. Like, can we still use Magni then?
You get 1 week of Bran, and then after he's like, oh my god, a dark guy shot me right in the heart. I gotta retire now. I need a hip young thing to take my spot.
That's really weird. I guess I don't remember how War Within Delves launched, but I don't think
he was in
companionless.
He's the introduction to most of the quest lines to go in them. He's just standing outside and he's like, I'll pay you $40 to go in there with me.
$40? He's pretty cheap.
I mean, you know that gold from quests is never like substantial. It's just like, here's $23. Click on 4 sheep, please.
Damn, Bran, you're at least worth a WoW token. Okay, so then March 24th. That is, so now we're 4 weeks in.
Is someone just holding down the horn of their car outside your window?
There's a goober who... Here, let it get a nice clear play. There's some goober who just always has to run out and turn his car alarm off. and I think he visits a friend or something when he lives nearby, and he must not have replaced this ratty ass fucking car for how many years now? Is this year 4 of this happening?
Yeah, I feel like they've gotten better at turning it off or parking it in a place where it doesn't go off as much. But like his car alarm is so sensitive that like a car drives by too close to it, or like people walk too close to it and it goes off, or if like somebody breathes on it, or if like I just think about it, it goes off. It's just like, or if there's a breeze. It's so annoying.
One night, it went off like until like 3 in the morning, and in that I was so pissed that morning when I woke up. I slapped a note on his windshield. I wanted to throw a brick through the windshield just to make it worse. I was like, I want to terrorize your car, sir, but I didn't.
Honestly, you should have. Like, if you broke his window, then maybe you fucking would have gotten his car alarm fixed.
Oh, he got it. It's off.
For now. Okay, so where were we? We are 4 weeks in on March 24th, which is when the Mythic Plus Season 1 officially begins, which is like, Mythic Plus dungeons, the next wing of raid finders out, but it's whatever. And then Mythic Raid opens. Like so, as far as we're concerned, the big thing for us is Mythic Plus season starting.
4 weeks to M plus is kind of crazy, and I think that's War Within, but I don't know. I don't remember it feeling that long.
Yeah, I don't think it took that long either.
Okay, but so, and here's my thing, guys. Here's my thing. Basically, my takeaway from this is, we get 2 raids, right? We get the big raid and we get the little raid. March 31st, which is 5 weeks in, end of the month. The other raid comes out. March on Guelph and Oz raid opens, normal, heroic, and mythic.
I'm calling it now. Things are being left by the wayside. It's a good thing that they really, really like that you can kill raid bosses on story mode. We are not killing this big bug thing that came out of the Haranir God's head. We are going to struggle to do Void Spire, and then we'll have maybe a week of clemency before this other one shows up.
Oh, looks like the breeze came by again. But yeah, no, I think you're right. I'm a little worried. We're going to be playing whack-a-mole. I'm worried we're not going to be able to finish Void Spire raid. We're going to get stuck at the last boss. People are going to want to take a little break, so we're going to hit up the one boss. And then by the time we're doing that, March on Qualdanos is going to come out, and we're not going to have AOTC as a guild in any of them. I've seen some of the mechanics of the last boss on Void Spire. It's giving me Mechatorque vibes.
I don't like to hear that.
Also, the end of Void Spire is giving Goofy Goober Mechatorque shit. You dodged my exploding lambs.
Well, less so exploding lambs and more coordination and knowing symbols. So, I don't know if this is mythic or heroic, but basically what I saw were 4 symbols went on random players' heads, and they're big symbols above your head. And then the boss will have a big void beam that spins around, and it's a memory game. You have to remember what order he fired these in at the beginning of the fight. And by the end of the fight, now he's like, do you remember did I hit triangle first, or did I hit funny rune shape second? And you have to stand in a way that the beam hits you in order from 1 through 4. And if you fuck the order up, you take massive damage. So guess what we're taking?
Massive damage. Because I feel like our guild's personal struggle is always the fights and the raids where there is individual random mechanics assigned. Like when random people are assigned with things and then they have to do something, because then it takes us a long time for everyone to get experience on it,
Cross your fingers that maybe they are easier. Maybe they will be. We have less buttons to press. Maybe that alone will be all we need.
But yeah, that timeline brings us to the beginning of April, I think. So they've really staggered the first, I guess, phase of Midnight. Pretty big stretch there.
What are you guys maining in Midnight? Do you guys know yet?
Girl, I always do the same shit nowadays. I'm doing both. I'm going to level my priest through the storyline first, but then do it again with my hunter immediately afterwards, quickly, without paying quite as much attention, because I did it on my priest first. But then I gear up my hunter first because I'll be raiding on my hunter with our guild, and then just do lots of dungeons on both of them.
I think this is time. I think you've locked in the game enough. You need to challenge yourself. Throw a third one in there. Would Garage be number 3?
I mean, Garage is like my third most played. I do like playing a druid, but part of me is like, maybe it's Flaxseed's time. Get a demon hunter up in the mix.
It's a good time to be on a demon hunter. You get to make ashy babies.
Would Flaxseed is a night elf woman, correct? Would Flaxseed have to race change to a void elf? Or actually, you know what? I just thought about it. Night elves can be this new spec, because that's what Slide is doing. Duh. For like half a second, I was like, oh, that's a void elf exclusive one, right?
Yeah, and I don't even know that I would choose it. I mean, I think I would fuck around with it, absolutely, just because I want to try it. But it is kind of confusing because, like, the new spec came out at the exact same time when they were like, here, this mini storyline or whatever, and now Void Elves can join us. So, like, yeah, I could see how you could equate those two things.
I, for one, am going to be starting this season with Pro Jared, the Destruction Warlock. It's his time. The real Pro Jared said he's taking a break from making content, so I need to step up in his place.
Oh, the cars are revving their engines out there for Pro Jared. They're like, yeah, go Pro Jared.
Yeah! All the bikers are revving. We love Jared Knobbenbauer. He ain't done no wrong. All he did was send his wee willy wiener to some randoms online.
But by today's standards, that's pretty good. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. He the willy sending wasn't the issue. I'm gonna end it there. You know what? Motorcycle Club, I can't support Jared Knobbenbauer anymore. I put more than 30 seconds of thought into this one, and even if it's not illegal, it feels yucky. Goodbye.
They all rev their engine for that instead.
They just really wanted to rev their engines.
We support Reggie's decision to stray away from the pack. Never feel like you're one of a number, brother. That's what happened to Salad Bar.
Wow, they're really on top of the WoW news. I love it. Now it's time for our top 2 bottom boot medium mooch, and that's the one I'm slinging today. A medium mooch.
Medium.
Much like many of you, I'm sure. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I'm the only lucky gal who got this letter. Reno Jackson personally sent me a letter.
Ooh.
Wow, is it a love letter? Love is in the air,
And he basically was like, hey, your undercoins are going to expire from the delves. You remember the delves, the undercoin delves? Yeah, spend those because they're all going to turn to dust. He actually said, we're all going to need new resources for the new war approaching. So we're going to have to, if you haven't spent them yet, spend them now because we ain't taking them no more. And, I really appreciate the reminder. That's why that's the top 2 part of it. But the bottom boot that evens it out is that I wasn't doing enough delves. I wasn't doing my delves, and I'm not going to be able to get the brand morpher toy because I don't think I'm going to spend the rest of my days delving. That I'd rather do pet battles at this point. But the toy looks so fucking goofy. It's like an ethereal body, like a mummy body, and then it has Brand's head on top, and I want it. But I guess currently there is a buff. So if you're close, go check your Delver's Journey, folks, because Sign of the Explorer Delves weekly buff is currently up, which grants a plus 25% increase to Delver's Journey gains, and then 120% increase seasonal companion gains and undercoin gains. So you can get those last pieces of your flying machine. You can get some rep if you're close. I might take a look, take a gander, take a swing at a couple of them, but I'd rather do the pet battle dungeons.
It has me wondering if I even fucking did a delve at all this last season. I probably fucking didn't.
I'm on my shit. My boy is level 98. I probably should get him to 100, but there's no achievement. There's nothing for it.
Yeah, there is.
It's just the love of the game, brother.
You get a toy. You get a toy if you get it there.
No, you get a toy if you get high. I have the toy when he got 95.
Oh, so you're good.
It's weird. I don't know why that wasn't 100. But I'm glad it wasn't, because I wasn't there yet.
Aaron, top two, bada boop, mini boop.
Well, I have a top two.
My top toot is that, as everyone knows, because I believe we've discussed it before, they have a 600 mount that I was painfully close to. It's a QZ, an owl guy from that they were really pushing during Emerald Dream. And I was like, what am I going to do to get more mounts? But while logging into characters for my account played thing, I logged into Young Mouth Bottom, who is I logged into Old Fingerhead. Sorry, Young Mouth Bottom's his Dark Iron friend. Old Fingerhead is a Lightforge, Draenei, Paladin. All three of those groups have exclusive mounts to just them. When I logged into him, despite not having 600 usable mounts on anyone else, it gave me the mount. It gave me the bird. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Which is weird, because the achievement says you need to have 600 usable by everyone. And his, 8 mounts are not usable by anyone else. But I guess they were just like, we forgot. You can have it, champ.
Or maybe, I guess maybe they coded it as 600 usable on one character. I mean, because that's technically what that was. But I thought you were right that, the way that it's worded is 600 on all. But
yeah, I don't know. It was very odd, but I was like, thanks, Old Fingerhead.
But congrats,
Yeah, I won't play you because I'm not much for Paladin.
It was my lowest in my account played meter.
But thanks for getting me this owl I'll never see. Speaking of guys I'll never see, because we don't do video, Immune, how about you go?
Well, I also have a top toot this week.
Double toot and a moot.
Yeah, so I know we dog on the Blizzard timeline always just saying holiday updates and whatnot, but I feel like the shit that they added to Love is in the Air, the new Mog is really pretty. Obviously the new mount is pretty, the feminism mount. It's just a bug. It's pretty. Whatever. I haven't gotten it yet, but my top toot is that I'm actually on top of my shit so far this year. I feel like last year I had a scramble in the last week or last day or day and a half. Well, everything I fucking do in this game, I was procrastinating. And I didn't get everything, but here I am now at the beginning of it. I even caught it on the Monday before reset and started running shit. So I'm ahead of the game right now. I'm, scrounging up all my love tokens so that I can buy everything this year. And I assume at some point, although maybe because I'm about to say it won't happen, that I'll get those mounts as well. But, my top toot is that I'm optimistic and happy with the Mog that they've added. The wand in particular, I think that's the best wand I've ever seen in the game.
It's got a lot going on. Big old wings, big stick. It's pretty.
But yeah, top toot for Love is in the Air, because why not?
And speaking of love, I love none of you, because I respect the walls we've put up as listener and patron. But I very much respect and thank you. Those individuals include Ahoy Vince, Azrin, Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde. Biscuit the Orchid Orc, Crucifix, Alternator, Chris M, Saracen Hawk, Justin, give me back my PhD, Arcane, Remy.
Every time I hear Chiodos, I get a full boner. And I wanted to hop off the bike before I poked you in the back.
Kick Puncher, Sugar Bear,
Time is money, friend.
Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman, Dex, Jerome, Ali, Adorno, Gershom,
If you want pretty house, why you play ugly faction?
Duff the Horde Pooper Cooper, Calcus. Beans, I forgot I turned off my audio to listen to music while I played. Well, he said it. I'll try again next week. Cilantro, Alex A, Vanderlyle. Have a nice day! And Will, a.k.a. Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
Shout out to the patrons. You can join them at patreon.com/do-not-relent. We will be recording another episode right now. I don't remember if we talked about what we're going to say. Are we free
Rollerblades, rollerblades.
Oh, baby. We're skating. We're blading. But yeah, you can email us at do-not-relent-pod@gmail.com. Email me personally at navarracoffin@gmail.com. And yes, I did see what you sent me. You know who you are. What about you guys? We didn't. Oh, I meant to announce the contest. Fuck. Hey,
we lied.
everybody. Oh, we didn't. We still have time. If you're still here at the end of the podcast, congratulations. Many people probably end like, you know what? I don't need to hear the fucking outro. Now it's a contest, bitch. We want to give away 3 of the new housing t-shirts that they're selling on Blizzard.com store. A shirt that you probably wouldn't buy on your own, but would maybe enter a contest for. So, what should we have them do? Stand next to your front door with your address permanently displayed.
Oh no, maybe not that. But I have an idea. How about you send a screenshot of a room or something you've made in your house that you're very proud of?
Ooh, yes, your
And then I'll steal the idea to create it in my house.
Exactly. You send a picture of your favorite room in your home. You know, actually at this point I feel like folks should have houses. So if you don't, go get one. It comes with one room for free. Put things in it. Send us the picture, then we'll take the ideas, put it in our house, and whoever gets the most compliments on your stolen idea wins. Just kidding. We'll just send it to us, and we'll look at them and really appreciate them and pick the winners from that.
And if you're a big, strong, manly guy that doesn't want to do housing stuff, just fucking send a picture of, like, your empty house or something. We'll still consider it, I guess.
Yeah, make a Photoshop creation of, like, even like a paint creation of, like, something in a house. I don't know. You know the rules. Send us literally anything, but make it house related. In-game, out-of-game, whatever. You want a shirt? Submit that shit. You can send it to us, email it to us at do-not-relent-pod@gmail.com, post it on the Discord, do-not-relent.com. You'll find it. You made it this far. Congrats, housing person. Okay, what about you guys? Where are you at on the internet?
Well, you can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at New Era Alex, or on Blue Sky at Immunization. Slide just kind of said it, but all of our podcast links for everything you can find by going to do-not-relent.com.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at thebigacheesy on twitters.com. Blue Sky, I'm around. And you can watch me play Vigigrams at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
Okay, we're out of here. We gotta reset Discord because we were getting some crazy delays there. So see you guys next week. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.